Hi, my name is McKenzie Smith. I'm doing my demonstration speech on how to pick the perfect avocado. So thank y'all for coming today and being my audience. Whether it's watching Gators football or your favorite NFL team, my favorite day of the week happens to be game day. There's nothing better than sitting down with an ice cold Coke and your favorite game day snack, which mine happens to be guacamole. Today, we'll be discussing the history of avocados, how to pick the perfect avocado, and the issues facing the avocado industry today. Sir Hans Sloane was an Irish naturalist who is thought to have coined the word avocado after putting this fruit in a catalog for Jamaican produce. In 1696, Henry Perrine was a horticulturalist who first planted avocados in Florida in 1833. Now, avocados take 5 years for them to bear fruit after being planted, but once planted, they won't die unless something kills it. There's trees in Mexico that are still bearing fruit that are thought to be over 400 years old. There's hundreds of types of avocados, but there's two types that we find most common in Florida, which are going to be your Hass and green avocados. Now, these two varieties you can find in our local grocery stores. The Hass avocado is going to be a lot creamier in texture. The outside is rough and has a dark complexion. It is often used in guacamole because of the texture it has. Now, green avocados, on the other hand, are a lot fruitier in flavor. Their consistency is a lot thicker, and they're good for things like salads or as toppings because they hold up better. I'll pass these around. There you all are.
Oh, I want avocado.
So you may be wondering how to pick the perfect avocado. So how to tell if an avocado is ripe, you're going to want to place it in your hand and apply slight pressure. If the avocado gives and it doesn't bruise, then you probably have the perfect avocado for consumption. Another trick people use is often picking off the stem portion, and if it comes off easily, then it probably is ripe. If it doesn't come off well, then it's probably either too ripe, or if it breaks off, then it's probably not ripe enough. Now, if you're in the crunch to get an avocado, say for game day the next day, you can always put it in a brown paper bag with something like bananas, an apple, or even a tomato, because these types of fruits give off ethylene gas, which promote ripening. Did anyone find a ripe avocado?
Yes, I have one.
You
That's
do?
like a bowl of it. Yeah.
Very nice.
It's fruit.
And I see you bruised yours, so now you understand that.
Yeah.
That was very easy. You have to be very gentle with these fruits. So most people think of avocados as a vegetable, but they're actually a very nutrient-dense fruit. Avocados are often recommended by many doctors because of the monounsaturated fats that are in them that can be very heart healthy for people. Now, if you need an avocado in a crunch and you can't put one overnight in a bag, you can always pop it in the oven at 250 degrees for around 10 minutes, or even pop it in the microwave and heat it up in 30-second increments until it's softened to use in recipes. Now, when I was shopping for these avocados for this project, it was really easy to find the Hass variety. But it was extremely hard to find the green avocados, which are most commonly grown in Florida. Now, this can be contributed to the fact that green avocados are being threatened by a disease called laurel wilt. Now, the culprit of this disease is being carried by a very small beetle, less than 2 millimeters long, that infects these trees of the laurel family, which include like red bays, swamp bays, or even avocados. So a lot of our farmers are facing difficulties within the industry because of these ambrosia beetles infecting their trees. Now, the ambrosia beetle carries this fungus that causes laurel wilt, and it cuts off their capillaries and doesn't allow water to get to the rest of the tree, causing the leaves to wilt. So you can see the ambrosia beetle right there, and it's less than like the letter of a penny, so it's pretty interesting. Here's some pictures of laurel wilt that are affecting avocado plants, actually grown in Florida. There's many research facilities like the IFAS Extension Office that are working on solutions and ways to tackle laurel wilt problem in Florida. As you can see, there's an extensive history of avocados in Florida and throughout the world. And you were able to learn how to pick the perfect avocado as well as the issues facing them today. So next time you're looking for not only a nutritious but delicious snack, look for avocados. Thank you.
Awesome.
And then now you'll have 2 minutes for questioning if you have any questions you'd like to ask. Yes, Will.
So you have like a lot of information about avocados, and that's cool. But like, how did you get interested in avocados?
Well, it's actually pretty funny. My degree is an agribusiness degree, but in high school I was involved in multiple forestry competitions, and laurel wilt and ambrosia beetles were something that we had to study. So I knew about laurel wilt, and it really only affected red bay trees up until it started to infect and cross over to the rest of the laurel tree family, which includes avocados. So I think that's like something that people don't really see nowadays. Like you don't really expect avocado trees to be infected with something that's like affecting their farmers' produce. Yes, Caleb.
So what do you see for the future of avocados? Do you see the laurel going away with technological advancements?
Personally, I've done a lot of research, and there's a lot of people focusing on this, trying to come up with technology or a cure, per se, for laurel wilt. IFAS Extension offices are working in Miami-Dade and more southern counties in Florida that do grow extensive avocado production. And so I believe that I don't really think there's going to be a cure, but I do think that they're trying to stop the fungus from growing in these trees, trying to catch the problem before it infects the whole tree and cuts off the water circulation.
Awesome, thank you so much.
No problem. Any other questions?
I think we're good.
Okay, thank y'all.
You only have 2 minutes. This is so.
What's that?